Good morning and shalom from Yael, Israel. We are located at the Gilboa mountain, speaking today about the battle that took place 3,000 years ago between Gideon and the Midians. Today we're going to speak and try to connect between the battle that took place here 3,000 years ago and to the first or the beginning of the Zionism, and of course to the IDF Special Forces. How we're going to do it, you will see in the next 10-15 minutes of this movie. So first we're going to have a little bit about our location, about the view that we are overlooking at the moment. We will go to the east. Is rising at the moment. We will see the Bet-Shean Valley connecting to the Harod Valley, and if we will go a little bit further to the west, we will see the Jezreel Valley. This place, in this area, where the battle between Gideon and the Midians took place. Gideon wasn't an army man, he wasn't a soldier, he didn't have any experience as a military man. But when God chose him, he decided that he is going to do it in a very professional way. He chose the army, that we will see how he chose the army. He decided that he will have a small army instead of a big one to attack the Midian's camp. That the Midian's camp basically were a little bit over there. We can see the mountain or the hill. To the northwest of where we are located at the moment, it's called Givat HaMoreh. So over there, just down beneath in the valley, just before the mountain, were the Midian's camp. So when Gideon decided he's going to arrange the army, there were thousands of people that gathered from all the Israeli tribes. And the first thing, it was a voluntary mission. That means that he says that the ones that were afraid, don't come, I don't need you. And if we'll go to Judges chapter 7, number 3, we will see that now therefore Polikim, the hearing of the people, saying, whoever is fearful and afraid, let him turn and depart at once from the Mount of Gilead. The Mount of Gilead, now in this morning time, it will be a little bit hard to see it, but it's around 15 kilometers to the east, just over there where the sun is shining over us. First thing that Gideon done, that first, those who are afraid, it's okay that you're afraid, we're going to a battle, we're going to a war, just go there, but I don't need you. The second thing that we will speak about is the water test, but we will do it furthermore today when we will go and see the spring that Gideon made the test. So Gideon, the first thing that he has done is chose the people. He's gathering the people, gathering the army, and he took a very small army to attack. This is the first time in history that a small army is attacking a big one. The second thing that he has done is intelligence. Gideon by himself went into the Midian's camp and saw how they behave, how they guard, what is the atmosphere inside the camp. And once he returned, he told it to the people, to his army, that the Midians is very, very messy over there. There is no order inside of it. So once he came back, he knew that he had a very, very good advantage. The third thing that he has done in planning this amazing battle is that in the first time of history, the battle, or at least to go to the battle, will take place during the night. All the battles, all the war during the Bible time, during that time, was during the day. Nobody fought, nobody walked during the night. But he said, that we will go during the night, and we will use the night as our shelter to get into the Midians and to surprise them. And of course, it came, as we can see now, they came from the east to the west. He divided his army of 300 people into 3 platoons, 100 each. He was one of the head of one of the platoons, of course. And when they came during the night, and the attack times were just between around 4 or 5 a.m. Why is it so important? First, the guards in the Midians, that the night guard is already finished, is guarding watch, and he's very tired, he wants to go to sleep. The day watch, the day guard just wake up, he is always also very, very tired. So they went and he gave every and each of his soldier, all the 300, this, let me see if you can see it. This plant that's called kela in Hebrew, and that was using as a torch. It's burned very, very, very good. It's used as a torch, but you are not lighting this torch. He also gave every and each one of them, he gave them a pot made of clay to cover it, that only when they arrive they will light it. Of course, again, every one of them got also the shofar, trembled. And when the idea and the reason why he gave each one of them, that during that time only the leader used to have the torch and used to have the tremble. Now, if you're the Midians and you see a lot of people coming, and it's basically almost dark, it's still dark, and you see lots of torches, that means 300 torches, and this 300 trembles, that means that behind them there is a huge army. They didn't know that it's only 300. It was 300 torches, but only 300 soldiers, and that was a very, very big surprise. Now, as you can see the sun now, when the sun rises and you are in the west facing the east, the sun is in your eyes. When the sun is in your eyes, you have a very, very difficult to see who's coming in front of you. So when Gideon came into the Midians, it was a full surprise. He used the night to get close to the Midians' camp. He used the sun just when it's rising to attack. He used the deception, that means with the torches and with the trembles, that the Midians thought it's a very, very big army. He went into and he won the battle. Some of the Midians, including the 2 kings that were over there, ran away all the way to the east. Over there. They tried to cross the Jordan River to go to the Midian states. Some of them were blocked by the Ephraim tribe that blocked them. Some of them made it all the way into the east bank of the Jordan River and went into Jordan of today. Gideon didn't stop here. He took his army and ran after them inside and much further to the east bank of the Jordan River until he got them, and of course killed these two kings of the Midians. The most important thing about this battle that were kind of a very important point of the history of, or the military history, that it was the planning and the innovation and the thinking about out of the box, how to get and how to use the night, how to use a small force of people, well-trained people, but a small one, very quality one, in order to beat a very big army. And this results were all the way in history that people, military commanders, took, saw and learned out of it. We're gonna speak today about another two people that were here and their contribution to the Zionism and to the IDF Special Forces is unbelievable. The first one is Charles Wingate. He came here in 1936. We're going to speak about Charles Wingate in our next stop, and of course Meir Artzion, where basically he established the Israeli Special Forces, and hopefully today we will speak with his son. Meir passed away 3 years ago, and today we will speak with his son that will tell us a little bit about Meir Artzion. In 1903, Charles Old Wingate was born in India, Nainital. It's a small town in the Indian Himalaya. He was joined the British Army and became an officer. And after he became an officer, he came from India, he came here to Israel, to Palestine of that time. He didn't know much about Zionism. He didn't even like the Zionism idea until he got here. Once he got here, he understood a little bit better about the Zionism dream, the Zionists that was in Israel, the first pioneers that came to Israel in the beginning of the 20th century, and he was well connected into their ideas and their dreams of establishing a Jewish state in Palestine that will be called later on as Israel. He came here in 1936. When he came here in 1936, he saw there were Arabs that were all around, some Bedouins, and settlements, Jewish settlements called kibbutz. The kibbutzes of today is very, very different than the one that used to be during the 30s. We can see here one of the first settlements called Omar Migdal. That means a wall and a tower. This kind of kibbutzes was built during one night, in order to put points on the ground, to put proof on the ground. Then he established what we call the night squad. Wingate was a Bible learner. He learned the Bible, he knew the Bible. He was born and raised in a very biblical family. Every Sunday he learned about the Bible. And what was, as an army man, he was very, very well connected to the story of Gideon. So he brought the people down to the water, and the Lord said to Gideon, everyone who laps from the water with his tongue as a dog laps, you shall set apart by himself. Likewise, everyone who gets down on his knees to drink me and put their face as a dog and drink the water like this. Some of the people stay up and took the water from their hand and brought their hand to their mouth and drank. The 300 people that done like this with their hand brought the water with the hand to their mouths, this is the 300 people God told Gideon to take. And the idea, or the military idea, why he took them and not the others, is the one that run to the water, put their face into the water and lap it like dogs. This one, probably the physical effort was too hard for them. They didn't thought about anything except of drinking the water. In that time, they weren't aware about their surrounding. But the others were very, very calm. Even though it was very, very hard, the physical effort was very hard, they were soldiers all the way. That means they take the water and with their hand and put it in their mouth, always alert to their surroundings. And Gideon said, this kind of soldiers I want, and this is the 300 that I will take with me to the battle against the Midians. And the number of those who left, putting their hands to their mouth, was 300 men. But all the rest of the people got down on their knees to drink water. Then the Lord said to Gideon, by 300 men who left, I will save you and deliver the Midians into your hand. Let all other people go, every man to his place. I hope that you will learn a little bit more about the valley of Israel, the valley of Peron, the story of the Bible, and a little bit about the beginning of Zionism and the state of Israel. We would like to see you here very, very soon, hopefully in the Holy Land, to see all by yourself. Thank you. I wish to see you here. Bye bye. Shalom. Goodbye.